Learn the perfect day formula.
How's everybody? Hey, it's JL, the anti-guru, coming to you from my home office today. It's Thoughtful Thursday, and we talk about mindset as well as how to earn extra income or how to make a business run. But today, as the title is, we're going to talk about the 10-3-2-1-0 Goodnight Formula. And that comes from this book that I was talking about earlier in the week called The Perfect Day Formula. So we're going to jump right into it because the number one factor in winning your morning and owning the day is to get up 15 minutes earlier and work on the number one priority before anyone else is awake. Hey, bud, appreciate you coming on. But I'm going to explain this formula for anyone who wants to get up earlier, win the day, own your day, and be more productive than you ever have been in the past. This is especially important to entrepreneurs and anyone who has their own business. So we're going to jump right into it. The first thing is 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine, no more coffee, no more sodas, anything with caffeine in it, no more, because it takes about 10 hours for caffeine to get out of your system to where it has an effect on you. 3 hours, no more food or alcohol. And the reason behind that is because your body needs time to digest, and it'll keep you from, if you're suffering from acid reflux, it might be because you're eating and drinking 3 hours in that 3 hour period before you try to go to bed. 2 hours before going to bed, no more work. No more doing anything that's work related. And that gives you a chance to wind down. You need to spend that time doing something else other things that are related to work. 1 hour before time, no more screen time. That means turn off your phones, TVs, computers, disconnect. Now, I've been reading this book, and I've been guilty of all of these things, not doing these things. So I'm going to be making some changes in my life because I want to be more effective. And then 0 is the number of times that you push that snooze button in the morning. Now, here's a solution of how you can do these things. First, write down everything that's going through your head. If you're going 100 miles an hour, you need to get something and write it down. Write everything down, get it all out, get it on paper, and then set that aside. And then forget about it until tomorrow. Now, if you do this brain dump and plan out your morning, meaning what I try to do and what I have been doing that I noticed that I was doing already before I read this book, was I make a list of the top 1 to 5 things that I want to get done first thing in the morning. And what I also do is, okay, you're at work. What I also do is I don't turn my phone off in the morning, but I turn it face down. So it can ring, there's alerts, there's Facebook messages. I don't look at none of that stuff. One other thing that I do is I resist checking my emails first thing in the morning. Now, when I'm on Facebook, what I do is I limit the amount of time that I do things that are personal. That is, checking people's statuses, commenting, sharing of things of that nature. Now, because my business is on Facebook, I'm forced to be on there, and it is it's so easy because I did this before. Hey, Keisha, appreciate you coming on. But what we all can do, you can find yourself getting lost in the minutia of Facebook or any of these other social media sites, and you could end up spending hours on there. Appreciate that, butter. You can spend hours just scrolling through the news feed, and that's not doing anything for your business. So, like I said, when you do this brain dump, you plan out your morning for the next day, you write it all down, and then you wind down with your family and get ready for bed. So, again, Let me get the book because there's a few other things that I want to read out of it and concerning this formula. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. When it comes to that last temptation, and avoid that comes in the morning. When you wake up with that alarm, don't put your alarm, if it's a clock or your phone, don't put it right next to you where you can reach over and be like, oh man, just give me 10 more minutes. It's so easy to do that. So put your phone somewhere where you got to get up out of bed, because it's a lot harder to go back to sleep when you've already gotten up. Here's another thing. The second thing, more stoic approach. We talked about stoicism in this book, is to internalize the benefits of getting up immediately. Remember why you're doing this. It's your one and only life, one that is not rewarded by staying in bed, one that does not move forward because you stole an extra 5 minutes of sleep. If you want more sleep, you need to get to bed earlier, not wake up later. You can't miss out on your magical 15 minutes in the morning where you're actually doing some work when no one else is awake, because now you have peace of mind. You have no interruptions. You don't have your kids saying, Mommy, I don't know how to put these clothes on, or where's my notebook, or what do I do about this, or your husband or your wife says, well, honey, where's my keys? So that's it in a nutshell. Remember, I'm going to go over it one more time. So this is your solution and your exercise. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. 3 hours before bed, no more food or alcohol. 2 hours before bed, no more work. 1 hour, no more screen time. Turn off all your devices. Because if you do that, you'll find yourself staring at the ceiling instead of going to bed. And then 0 is the number of times that you hit that snooze button. 0. Put that phone or that alarm clock somewhere where you got to get up out of bed, and that will help you seize the day. That will help you get that extra 15 minutes. Because if you start getting up 15 minutes earlier every day, you'll be surprised how much work you can get done. There was a time in my life, excuse me, especially when I was competing as a bodybuilder, I used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And what I did, everybody's asleep. I got up, I fixed my food for the day, I packed my bag, and I was out there at the gym, because a lot of gyms open up at 5 or 6 o'clock. And that's a great way to start your day. It clears the mind. It sets the tone for the entire day. And when I stopped doing that, I adopted it when I did this marketing thing. Now, I didn't get up at 4 in the morning, but I was making sure that I got up by 6 or 7. And when you get up that early, especially for people like us who work from home, who are sitting in front of a computer, you get up when everybody else is asleep. You can get 2 or 3 or 4 hours of uninterrupted work done. And you get more done before 12 o'clock than you could have done all day long if you're able to get up. All right, that's all that I have for you today. Remember my motto, the shortest distance between your dreams and reality is called action. So take some action. Now, remember, this is something you're going to have to practice. You're going to fail probably as many times as you succeed, but just like any other habit, it's going to take time and it's going to take dedication. But again, what's truly important is that extra 5 minutes of sleep. Here, look, North Carolina's calling me, y'all. I don't know who that is. I get phone calls from North Carolina, the United States, Washington, D.C. I think President Trump is looking for answers, but he's not going to get them from me, because I'll just smack him if I see him. And okay, if the Secret Service is watching, yeah, I will smack him if I get close enough to him. But again, remember my motto, the shortest distance between your dreams and reality is called action. Love, peace, and hair grease.